Good evening, YouTube. So, before I get started, I just want to introduce myself. I'm Steven. I'm a registered nurse and a big Laker fan. So, tonight I'm going to be analyzing, or this is kind of a post game for the Lakers versus Rockets, game 5. So, we're going to the Western Conference Finals. Finally. Wow. Since 2010, it's been a long drought, and we're not even there yet. Let's not count our blessings. More than likely, we're going to go against the Clippers, but you never know. Denver can force a game 7, and then with the game 7, anything can happen. Yeah, I don't really care for the Clippers. Too cocky, and I think it should just go back to Seattle. But it's whatever. They're always going to be the little sibling. Here and over there in LA. Well, I don't live in LA or California and all. I live in Vegas, Las Vegas, Nevada, and I've been a Laker fan since, let's say, since 2011. So I haven't seen a Laker championship. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that this year is the year. And it sucks that it's in the bubble, but championship or not. Championship in the bubble or not, it's still a championship with this whole COVID. I don't think there'll be a parade and all, but hey, I hope we get that 17th title, especially for Kobe. Rest in peace, my idol. All right, so going to the game, it wasn't a close game at all, and the first 3 games, they were really nerve-wracking, but in the last 2 games, we were in cruise control, and we would take our foot off the gas, which was not good, obviously, because Rockets, they can come back at any time with their 3-point shooting, but looks like their small ball experiment failed because, not having anybody over 6'7", is a recipe for disaster, especially with us having Anthony Davis, 6'10", 6'10 and a half, who can space the floor. So kind of our small ball really works. So in tonight's game, what is there to talk about? So it's not like the Rockets shot it's not like they shot bad at all. Well, yeah, they did shoot bad. 37% from the field and 26.5% from the 3-point line, making only 13 out of 49 attempts. Their free throw shooting was mediocre as well, 70.8%, getting 24 free throws tonight. James Harden rarely got to the line. What a surprise, because he can get fouls and phantom fouls and all. The Lakers, they were on fire tonight, which I loved. The only problem is I hope they can sustain the shooting, because we're going to need it for the next round when we're playing against, more than likely, the Clippers because of their perimeter defense. And LeBron turning back the hands of time, 35 years old, 17th season, with his kind of performances in these past 2 series. I'm hoping he can keep it up, and tonight he got a good amount of time, 31 minutes, not as much as last game, and that's good. Get a little bit of rest. And with Clippers playing tomorrow in the morning here Pacific time, 10 a.m., we actually get to scout a little bit, which is good, and we get an extra day of rest. And hopefully, maybe Denver can force a game 7, which allows us to rest even more, which would be amazing. Tonight, LeBron dominating, 29, 11 rebounds, 7 assists. Anthony Davis, though, 13 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists. He started off really slow, but getting his teammates involved, which was great. And he wasn't maybe the best offensively, but he still was a great presence on defense. And then for the Rockets, the lack of shooting of this game, especially with Russell Westbrook, struggling, and talking, and it's a lot of chatter, but no, let's say, not effective at all. James Harden, 30 points, 42 minutes. He did pretty good this game, but our double teams they look on point, and our rotations are also on point. and I love it. As long as our defense is on, if we're constantly communicating and we're on point, I don't see how anybody can beat us. But we have to keep our foot on the gas. That's the only problem, because we've been getting these big leads and then they end up coming back. And with the good teams such as the Clippers, like when we played in the regular season, out of the 4 games, I think in most of the games we had a lead, and we just gave up that lead in those 2 losses on Christmas Day especially, and in the opener we lost that lead, and we lost in crunch time. And the bad thing about with this whole pandemic and big break is we were ramping up really good, and everybody was in peak performance, and then all these months off, it may be good for the veterans' legs and all, but the rhythm is just, it was gone. And now it looks like we're picking that up. Other than that, looking forward to seeing who you play next. Hopefully, we'll check out tomorrow, see who wins between Denver and Clippers. Get to see how we can match up against them, and see if maybe we can go small, because our small ball lineup with Markieff Morris at the 5, or AD at the 5 and Markieff at the 4, that lineup had an amazing plus minus. I believe it was our second best rated, with a plus minus 30 in 30 minutes that they were together in these last 2 games, because that's when it happened. And their best lineup is their regular starting lineup with McGee at the center, and it was also a plus 30 something in 89 minutes of total play. So it would be interesting to see if we go small or stay with our regular large lineups against Zubats and Montrezl. But I'll have to look into that to see how that works out. And my next video probably tomorrow, depending on who wins tomorrow. If the Clippers win tomorrow, then I get to make a video of previewing the Western Conference Finals, and that's gonna be nice. It's gonna be a tough matchup if it's the Clippers and all. You gotta respect the Denver Nuggets, but definitely expecting the Clippers to come out. And yeah, it's gonna be a tough matchup, especially with Kawhi. We need a large wing defender, and I think we found a diamond in the rough when we picked up Markieff Morris out of the buyout market. And so I think that's it for today. New to YouTube, so hopefully I can get some subscribers, some likes, and comment anything you like down there, and I'll be reading all the comments and replying to those. I'm also on Twitter if you want to follow me. My ad will be down below. And thank you. And I'm hoping to get some subscribers, and I'll be talking to you. This is a platform for us Laker fans. So give me some of your thoughts, and I can bring them up. We can talk about it. All right. Thank you for your time, Laker Nation.